Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and go over this again. Let's see what you did. I haven't seen this before. Are you mid? The fuck?
Welcome to
Oh, you're
Summoner's
top.
Rift.
Okay.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Lane swap or something. Yeah, good. Way better. Way better than being under fucking tower. You could, of course, done the bush thing instead, but being in Tribush, especially as Teemo, a lot of top laners that sit in Tribush have to be kind of careful, right? Because if you're versus something like Darius, as Teemo, or anyone really, especially if Darius went lethal tempo, which some do, by the way, specifically to shit on like noobs. They'll go lethal tempo and they'll just run you down the fucking lane with ghost, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's all about preventing him just going on you. And they say if you don't die to level 1 cheese, his game's over. So that's kind of like your whole job. Teemo is kind of different in that he can, because you're sitting in a brush, you can kind of move around the brush and you're invisible, so they can't really kill you. So even if they're chilling here, it gives you information, and they can't get the cheese off that they want. So it's just be aware if you're playing another champion. Um, you need to be kind of careful
Minions have
to
spawned.
make sure that you, if someone walks in here that you can't fight, just walk away. What the fuck is going on down here? No Arn is down there. He's gonna be late to lane, I think. What I would actually do, because he won extended trades, he wins burst trades early, right? Because he has like a lot of damage with brittle, but you have your E. You could actually sit here and just auto the fuck out of him if you know, because you saw him down there. You should be autoing him here. Nice, he started Q. Auto the fuck out of him. You should auto him like 3 times there at least. You're trying to use your attack speed, I guess. For the, that's fine actually. The only problem is that with Ornn, you kind of have to be careful of that. Because if he holds Q, he knocks you out of invisible and does damage to you for free. So be careful who you try that with. Auto him. Nice. Well, you want to do an auto before you Q, but yeah. Still need to work on that. Nice.
First blood.
The auto on the first minion should have been to him instead. Don't be afraid to jump in and out of brush or drop aggro, by the way. See? He's gonna go for this minion, right? Yeah. You don't want to open up your Q. Because Q brings just as much... Q does less damage on an auto attack, really. And brings aggro just as hard. Right? Well, I guess it does pretty good damage. Yeah, I guess it's fairly comparable to an auto attack, so with enough poison over time. Get the cannon, please. Thank you. Oh, I think I was missed it. Nice dodge, I guess. Yeah. Crash this wave. Never anyway. Shouldn't be playing so. Why are you playing so defensive? Right here. He is way out of line being right here. All you have to do is walk up, just spam autumn. If he goes onto you, look at all these fucking minions, right? Look how much damage they do. They have 24 to 26 AD depending on where they're from, right? That is roughly 200 fucking damage about every second and a half. 200 damage. That's how much his health loses just from minions and just from fighting you in your minion wave, and that happens regularly, right? Not to mention your own damage, and you have ignite, so you should be playing a lot more aggressively because you have ignite. If you're gonna play this passive, you need to take TP because this man should be dead right now. Like imagine if he did that and it's back here. And he did this again, he'd be dead. He still might die. That's close though. Nice. See, you do so much damage and you're so strong early. I don't know why you're so scared to fight on your mini wave. The only person I wouldn't try that with is like Jax, because kind of like in the post. Well, actually, I don't think I put it in the post. Jax, the way he works is his level E. His E blocks all minion damage, and he stuns you and doesn't take damage from auto attacks. So good ward placement. Like you're not so good. I was gonna ask why you didn't place any mushrooms, but I can't really blame you for that, huh? That was good war timing, by the way. I didn't mention that in the previous video. At 310, you is the golden hour. It's the golden time to do it. Usually a little bit lower than that. Because most junglers have finished their clear by then they're looking to gank. And since most people start on bot side from the stronger leash from bot, they tend to path up, and top is a really easy way to gank, especially Teemo, right? Because Teemo, pre-6, he doesn't have mushrooms, so he doesn't have the safety mushroom provides. He's usually very squishy, and he only has like a small movement speed steroid to get away. He doesn't have a dash, right? The only thing basic, and especially if you're fighting her, and if you blow flash, boy, you better be fucking careful because that jungler's looking at you. Your Lee is didn't back after a full clear. Oh, he did back. Pay attention. Your CSing is a lot better. Oh. You missed the occasion. Shit happens. Honestly, poison kind of made it so you didn't get that one. Pro tip for CSing. Let me show you something. You have 2 minions here. You went for this one. So it could have been misclick if you're trying to poke him, but you want to focus on minions the one that's minions are about to kill, right? The only time you shouldn't is when they're not yet in CS threshold, like if they're this high and you don't have enough AD. Then of course you can auto like another minion, to make sure their health is staggered, cascaded, so you can actually get them. If you attack that minion instead of that one would still be alive, and you get the CS. Again, you need to look at it like every time you Q it needs to be an auto attack before it, if at all possible. That one you probably won't reach. This one he should be eating an auto attack for. He should eat like 2 autos for that. He is way out of line. There you go. Yeah. What is he gonna keep fucking with him? Nice shrimp. Much better. Very much better. In this situation, just so you know, it's probably okay because you need to back. You probably have you haven't backed yet. Yeah, you haven't backed yet, and you have 1,300 gold. It's a good back timing. You can get your lost chapter, I believe it is. 1,300 gold. Throw a fucking mushroom on here to fast clear the wave. It's probably acceptable too, because you're low on health, you're low on mana. You need to back. You haven't backed yet. Ornn currently should have item advantage because his passive lets him buy items in lane. And you haven't seen the jungler for a while. Your teammates are looking to do or looking at dragon. But even if they weren't, you still don't know where the jungler is, and they haven't really been spotted anywhere, right? You don't know where they are.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
Okay, well now you can afford to slow push. You still want to kind of fast push this because in this situation, he almost certainly backed, and yeah, you want to be able to shove this under turret as soon as possible. You're basically, by slow pushing this, you're letting him get free CS. Wait, he didn't back. Why was he running all the way back for? What the fuck? Oh, is he run all the way back in order to spin gold? Yes. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe position a little bit better so you get the casters with it too. But have a shitty wave position. Kind of low on mana. I just need to push this and go back. Again, attack the ones. Finish the minion that's being attacked first. No, 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 no. You should be backing right now. Don't poke him under turret. Even though you know the jungler's bot, the much more valuable play here is you not to waste time and to get it back so you can come back and lane and then be ready to thin the wave. So what's gonna happen is let's go to our trusty let's see. Do I have it? Let's see. There we go. So basically, what the situation you find yourself in right now is you have a wave. Yeah, maybe not that much. Maybe, yeah. So you have a wave under turret. So it's not that many though. It's only a few. It's a decent wave, right? So he's gonna be spending time CSing this. So what you should be doing is going into this brush and just recalling. And then what happens is that you come back to base all the way, right? And while you're coming back to base, here's what's gonna happen: is the next wave is gonna meet, and it's gonna meet while the wave is still under here, okay? And then it's gonna start staggering slow push. Whereas your minions are gonna show up right about here, right around this side, okay? Around between this area, depending exactly how many minions it is, things like that. So here's a tip for wave management, okay? Basically, um, you have several zones in the way in the lane, okay? Let me do this a little bit better. Okay, so the way this works is there's something called the even minion rule, which means that if there are an even number of minions, let's say there's a total of three minions for each side. If it is towards this side, it will naturally push outwards. Okay, so that's important because guess what? If it's not an even amount of minions, right? Like you have, if for example, if there's five minions and there's only like two or three here, and they're being attacked, what's going to happen is those minions are going to die, and then these minions are going to chill here. Now, if a champion stays here and tanks it for just a little bit and waits for the wave to arrive, that's what's called a freeze. You have a fairly large minion wave. The minions keep cascading, and you need a large minion wave advantage to maintain that. So when waves crash, they do what's called bouncing, and that they will bounce back all the way back, where they will start a slow push. So because the wave will arrive and meet early, what's going to happen is when your wave arrives, okay, it's going to be inside this zone. And so what that means inside this zone is they're going to have a small minion, a decent minion advantage, and it's going to be towards their side, so their minion reinforcements arrive first. So what happens? It's going to slowly push. Okay. Now the colorations basically are indicators of how much of an advantage you need on either side to have a different wave state. So you need, like, the minimum is three minion. The absolute minimum, not the recommended, the absolute minimum amount of minions you need to maintain a freeze is three casters at a full HP. An advantage of that. And preferably with one melee that has the amount of HP that can tank it a little bit. So it makes it a lot easier to maintain. Um, Now, the reason it's so good for you to come back early in this situation is if you're backing right now, these minions are going to come back, and then they're going to start building a big wave. But guess what happens if you can thin that wave, which means you start to peer off piece by piece. You get rid of the cannon, you get rid of a few of the casters. You can end up with a big wave that is perfect for freezing, but not big enough to automatically crash, especially if you have enough presence in the lane to dictate how it plays. Okay. So what you can do is this can guarantee a freeze. This is very powerful for a few reasons. One, no ganks. Can't get ganked. If you're like the only time you really have to worry is if the wave somehow gets way too big and it's a crash, and then the enemy jungle shows up to try to deny it. That is dangerous. However, if you play this right, it's a freeze, not a crash. Okay. Two, deny. All right, it's an old fucking term. Basically, what it means is that their minions will kill your minions and it will stay in a position you can't get ganked, and he can't get the CS without being at high risk of getting ganked. Okay, perfect. So if he has to be up here to get CS, what happens is your jungler can wrap around to gank him. They could gank from river, they can gank from tri, they can straight up lane gank, all these kinds of things, right? Um, and so it is really, really, really good to be able to freeze. Now, there are situations you don't want to freeze. And then, you may have seen this in other videos and things like that. It's a relatively basic concept, but you know about plates, right? So Teemo is actually pretty good at taking plates. Ironically, you could go because um, you it's because a lot of the build, like Leandre's into demonic and things like that, and even well, not Rallies really. Rallies is free control. A lot of AP items give you health, and then demonic increases that. But with the guess what works really really well with health? It's a pushing mechanic. Demolish. Forgot the fucking name. Demolish. Um, So if you wanna have like a strategy where it looks like what I've seen you do a few times now is you like just shoving the wave and you like getting turret damage, and then abusing the safety of your mushrooms to stay safe. Um, so that does give you some good play gold, and that's really good. So one thing you could do that would work out fairly well is actually to take demolish, because if memory serves, it doesn't have a penalty for range champions, and it's a lot easier to proc. So you could literally just proc it. It pretty much gives you the first plate for free if you have minions there, and it's really good for that advantage. Let's get a message from a friend. All right, this was a pretty short game, so this shouldn't be too much longer. We should be back. Even the warning there, we should have placed our ward when he got back to lane, because it's not going to do anything for you, because you're going to have to back anyway. Yeah, you have no mana, man. See how nuts this is? Like, you can actually get all in here, by the way. He could straight up ult you. Here it is. He should have ulted you. He played that really poorly. If he starts off with ult and then chain gangs you, you're fucking dead. And now you're stuck in a really bad spot, because guess what's going to happen here? Remember, um, it's an even minion roll. It's an equal wave. Well, you have a cannon, so it's... This might not... Yeah, that's gonna shove it. It's gonna crash. But that's actually even worse than I was thinking. Because here's what's gonna happen. Yeah, this is gonna crash into your wave and it'll bounce back, and you'll have no mana, and you have no mana, no health. You're forced to back unless you're griefing. And then you lose CS the entire time you're walking back to lane because it's pushing outwards. I think he gets a free freeze if he wants it. There's a reason that whenever you back, it should be because you're shoving it. You're shoving it away. And you're missing out on power spikes, by the way. You're not doing any damage to this guy because he has an item advantage, a huge one because it's armed. He can make ox. She has some mana, man. I didn't see what happened last few seconds. I had to deal with the bug. Don't be afraid to use Q to secure CS if you're not under threat. Yeah, this is just really terrible. Yeah. You would have been better off just backing there in an equal wave state, to be fucking honest. Yeah, you would have lost some CS, but wouldn't have been this bad. What did you get? Dark Seal into... Yeah. Yeah, you had a lot of gold, but you had a lot of gold. Torture shoots, I like it. Now, like I remember, I tried to mention earlier, Swifties is something that you can take. Um, it's actually good into Darius, for example, because it gives you a lot more room to work with, especially if he pulls you. The slow resist works for his W, and it lets you weave in a lot more autos into melee type champions who are very involved. Um, this is actually okay. You have your jungle here, you force a flash, that's good. You should be going back to lane. You have your Varus here, you should be fine. This guy is absolutely fucking psycho. Why is he? He's just he literally just griefed. Go top, go top, go top, go top, go top. You don't need to be here for this. Alright. Getting kind of poked out now. Kind of happens with the Warren. He gets a lot of damage. When they're sitting on a wave like that you kind of want to push, it's okay to throw a mushroom onto the minions and let it proc, because normally what happens is it's like a 1 second fuse time to make an arm, and then when you do that, by the time you do that, it'll hit the minions. It'll hit him, usually. And mushrooms are a huge source of damage. But this guy's got, like, fucking... Yeah, he's got Negatron Cloaky. Oh my god, he's got a null mount on a Negatron? What the fuck is he building? Is he rushing Spirit Village? Some psycho shit. Yeah. Of course, I guess you do have, like, a lot of AP in your team for some reason. Oh, well, Varus is going. He's going. Wait, he might go. Yeah, he's going fucking Winston. Or Masher. You could have froze there, but it's not that big of a deal. Freezing is really strong. You should do it whenever possible, but at this stage, you do so little fucking damage to this guy.
Killing spree.
Let's talk about that time. So, in League, there's concepts called turns. Okay? So, League is, believe it or not, League is a turn-based game. Okay? And when you play out of turn, you get penalized for it. Your wave was pushing. You had nothing to farm. This gave you a turn. You used it to ward and clear vision. Very good. But guess what? Guess what you did? You're also very greedy. And you went inside to go do more during your turn. Except more than you could. So here's what happens. Look how many minions are releasing. I like that you're warding though. I like this. Now if you shove this wave and then do this, that's perfect. That's perfect to do once you shove the wave again. But look how many minions you lose, and you're basically giving this guy a free freeze. Look how many minions you lose. That's a nice blind. Kind of trolled him. We love to see it. Yeah, shove this, and then go play some more turns. Triple life, baby. Actually, if you want to hit this turret, get that play. Yeah. You should be absolutely brutalizing this guy. Yeah, good. Very good. Now it's perfect time to go do some more remain. I mean, he's clearing that, but... arguable whether or not it's worth it. But it is a very good ward spot, so I'm not saying that. Very good short spot. should be shoving this. Don't use your... Stop using your passive unless you absolutely need to. Oh, use teleport. What? He fucking teleported, didn't Mike? Is that... What? He's fucking appeared out of nowhere. Oh, okay. Never mind. That's perfectly fine. The only problem is he's gonna, like, QW and, you know, shit like that. So you gotta kind of be careful who you do that against. Very nice. Careful about that placement, because if you ever puts a controller there, it sees it, but it's fine otherwise. Next room I would place would be in your tri-bush here, and then like right here. Depending, your red side, so you really could just put it like right here. That'll hit most people. Problem. What are you waiting for a mushroom? I don't know why you're just sitting there. You really should be getting this, yes. Because you're afraid of me, right? Yeah, I mean, a big problem of your right sitting there is because how you poorly managed it before. You don't want to be in that situation. But if you are in that situation, just use mushrooms to force it into the tower to force it to bounce back. And then you can extend the wave and control it how you like. Yeah, you're just... what I see is that it's good that you're going for shrooms. That's really good. But, that placement isn't good. Because what happens is that the skull crab will come in here. You want to place it more like right up here. Where my mouse is. But the problem I am seeing is that you're placing mushrooms between when you don't have the opportunity to place them without losing minions. That's the big takeaway. Alright.
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been
Nice escape.
Blue team's turret has been
Yonder is
destroyed.
nice.
Red team has
You know,
slain
I
the
feel like I'll play
dragon.
if he gains the Teemo and get back into it and try out that dude's build. I don't know how good it is.
Shut down.
I know they did a lot of tweaking to the runes that he's talking about, so it could be that, like, because I recently came back to the game and it was a huge break, so it's possible that they changed how some of it interacts. But you're just staying in lane. It's hard to Light, birds. Fuck this one. I mean, this run, but I'm not really brief, actually.
Shut down. Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Whatever. Varus going AP was also really grief, but you can't control that. Or an ulti. Yeah, you're you're not getting nearly as much damage on the turret as I would expect. A lot of it has to do with, you know, you don't. Focus is fine. You didn't have anything to farm. Just be careful. The support's up here, so I would probably avoid placing that many, a lot of shrooms when the support's right there, because they're probably just gonna clear with their spring now. So. So a lot of this just compounds in each other, right? So for example, if you were doing a better job of applying pressure to him, then you get damage on turret. And if you can even get the top turret, that opens up a lot of map for you to put shrooms down a lot easier. Um, Especially because you would have prio, so you'd be able to place shrooms down here and over here because you would have such an extensive prio. You can come back up and catch the wave before I fully bounced, right? I mean, roaming on Teemo isn't like the best thing in the universe. He does move kind of fast, especially it seems like you probably max W second, probably like that dude does. Oh no, you max Q second. Okay. I think that dude maxes W second, which is a valid. By the way, that is absolutely a valid strategy on Teemo. I don't normally do it, but W max into things like Darius can be pretty good. It's the same idea behind Swifties. Basically, is the movement speed allows you to kite champs better that are really dangerous to you. But if you fuck up, you know you're a dead man. Blind is just a little bit easier to pilot. That's all. Horns in mid. You should be mushrooming this to push it as fast as humanly possible.
Killing spree.
Hit the tower.
Red team double kill.
Control right here. I wouldn't do that. I'd put the control word here and the regular word here because it just gets cleared so easily. Yeah, for your playstyle, I think Demolish is really good. Oh, you can tell. Okay. Yeah, because all you do is stay in lane. By the way, if all he does is stay top lane, you're winning that one. You are much better in the side lane than he is. Does he have Radiant Virtue? Yeah, he does. That's fucking hilarious. He doesn't team fight. Yeah, he goes Radiant Virtue. Oh my god, how much MR is this guy fucking buying? Jesus. Yeah, man, you need a fucking voice staff to deal with this fucking dude. That's good. Yeah. That's good on you for buying it, I think. Because I think you built it, actually. Are you going demonic next? I'm proud of you. Getting mid.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Oh, I got a turret. That's nice.
Red team's turret has been
Oh, you should be flanking. Oh, you are. This looks like. I think you're probably gonna flank a little bit better then. Let's see if we can flank. I think you realize you can flank here. Okay, okay. By the way, you hitting this reveals where you are because I can see it on the mini map. That Warwick was dead if you were after auto attacking him. By the way. Auto attack Warwick. He's focused on mouse so hard. You have blind. You're almost full health. You have Lisa in here. There's no way he kills you. You come up here randomly, hit that. You can do that literally any time. Warwick was dead if you hit him, I think. And if Warwick dies here, then you can take Baron. Nice. Go take Baron. It could have been a
Blue
little bit
team's
cleaner,
turret has
but
been
overall, not terrible.
destroyed. Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Oh, when you're taking Baron, by the way, a really good thing to do is just from like right here, and then right here. So basically helps meter it. I mean, everyone was dead pretty much, right? That's like that's fine. I think you realized after the fact you should have just max. Whoa, you're spending a lot of time in base. You waiting for an item? I think you are. What are you waiting for? That's a lot of time in base. I didn't catch what you're waiting for though. Looks like you're growing, Realm. Okay. That's good. Yeah, healing. That's about down. Pretty good on Teemo. I'd go Death Cat next and walk away depending. They have the armor. No, they don't. It's literally just fucking Warren, so. Honestly, it's not really your job to kill Warren. Your AD carry can kill him. Oh, but you don't have a fucking AD carry. You have a. Normally, if you have a top laner that's literally just stacking arm match resist, and that's all they have, and you have like an AD carry that's not super duper 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 behind, the AD carry can kill Ornn relatively easily. It becomes their job, so you don't necessarily, so it's just, oh, that's a very nice mushroom, by the way, the game winning mushroom. Clapping, congratulations, he's absolutely pecking. So, here's the world that you live in if you didn't land that mushroom, by the way. So, without that mushroom, you get engaged on, they kill you, they win the game. If they're all permaslowed and nuked, you're just dead. You lose, literally. I don't know why Lee Sin's living, by the way. He should be flanking instead, but whatever. Very nice mushroom. Oh, that's kind of cringe. Sorry. Can you play that better? Yeah, trying to fast push. Honestly, I would shove this very quickly and maybe try to stop the ports. Yeah, I kind of just got outplayed there. It happens. Yeah, Malzahar was really great for ulting.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
He's just fucking massive. See, this is what happens when Warren builds up your magic against AD players. You just lose. He has a kick, she dies. She doesn't. She doesn't. No, I played for her. Cool. Be Q'd, then kick, she died. So if you didn't die here, I know you had lead, kind of, but it's not like he's gonna end the game. You could just threaten to stop ports until they stop. Realistically, like, obviously you don't want to die, but it sucks that it happened. In theory, though, if they're not backing, like, really recklessly, the best play would be go to Dragon, because it was spawning really soon. You could use your mushrooms, because you're still kind of low, so you don't want to be, like, put yourself at a huge risk. But you can put mushrooms here, um, you know, take this away from them, come over, put a mushroom in the back, so if they jump over, they get shroomed, etc.
Blue team's
You have
turret
to take the
has been
objectives, because they're even on
destroyed.
dragons, and being on soul points really valuable. But that's not the world we live in. It's fine.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Good mushroom placement. You need to kill the tower, though. Did you blind him? I think you did. His Harris is just massive. That is one dead zero. He is one dead Harris. Just back off here. Lose tempo, but you don't lose anything else. That melee minion is kind of unfortunate. I know. I watched you try to divert it though. That Rakan W is absolutely crucial. Thresh Qs, he dies. So Yeah, but we need some. That is fine, fine, fine. It's okay to poke, but be careful about wasting blind. If a fight breaks out, you really want to have it on the AD carry. This guy is 100% dead. He's really out of position. Flip potion. I don't know why you're doing a 3-1. 1-3-1. Be hard shoving, hard shove, hard shove, hard shove.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Team kind of just went for the inhib.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
I don't know if that was necessarily on you. Seems logical, maybe you should just stay mid and push. Yeah, that's right. All three of you there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Seems obvious to me if they stay here and just shove this. Varus gets the end head. Then he can swing over and you just end the game. Oh, that's what happened. He planted over. That fucking plant kind of just killed you. Should have been a little bit more scared of him pinging it over, but that's fine. Happens, especially on this the Kim fucking map. Varus is dead as shit because he's, well, you know, players should not be fucking. Yeah, they should just be back. Got 20. Why aren't they going for Baron? If they played around Baron, yeah, this whole big problem. Makes it good. I like it. I like it. Deathcap Blast is kinda sad, but it's necessary. Now that I think about it, I mean, Morello isn't terrible. The only thing is there's only two people that heal, and that's Tristana and Warwick. It's just, you have to basically gauge of how much of their problem in team fights. If Warwick is not dying, you need heal cut. If Tristana is sustaining, you need heal cut. But you can buy heal cut for 800 fucking gold.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
Pretty damn sure it's the same heal cut as the full item. Let's check. Yep, same heal cut. So you can spend the 800 gold to go for Death Cap or next center round. It's called partial building. It's actually very important to learn. This is really underrated section. It's the same concept as building like part of a glacial, like building a glacial shroud and finishing it later. It gives you the stats you need from the item, without having to spend the rest of the gold to complete the item. It's relatively complicated. It's just a lot of champion knowledge, really. Certain champions use it a lot more than others. Teemo doesn't really do that. He likes his completed items. But Morello is one that applies pretty much to all mages. You pretty much just need their Oblivion Orb. The Morello does have flat pen, but I don't know. It's arguable that going for another complete item might be better. Yeah, you just fucking win the game here. So. Alright, well played. I mean, there was obviously a lot of mistakes you can fix. You know, again, the biggest thing is the early game. You did just fine. I mean, you did it. You did a lot better than the other people I've seen. That's remarkable improvement. That's remarkable improvement in just like one game. I expect you to see gold by next season, probably. That's right. And again, it's all about like abusing, like poking a little bit more. Um, you know, final notes. Poke more. You need to make sure that you are abusing all the windows that you can. Um, use better Q combo, AAQAA, because it is like a reset. Um, at the very least, if you're queuing, you should be autoing if at all possible. Lots of times you just queued and didn't do anything else, and they weren't necessarily out of auto range. You can do that better. Um, Less timid in fights, meaning you shouldn't be running away. If, for example, you remember that fight where you just didn't hit the Warwick and he extended that chase a good 15 seconds. If you guys kill him immediately and go Baron, that's a lot more of a clean thing, right? It becomes a lot less worried about how the game turns out. These are like the three biggest things. Oh, fourth biggest thing is using turns properly, right? Um, I like that you're starting to place mushrooms more strategically. That's amazing. You also have some very nice team fight mushrooms. Very good. I can tell you play a lot of Teemo. Um, so now what you want to do is you want to start doing that. You want to start placing mushrooms strategically and warding things like that. When you shove the wave and you don't have anything to farm, you're not going to miss anything. I saw lots of times you were doing some random stuff instead of catching the waves you should have been catching. If you're not catching a wave, whatever you're doing better be damn worth it. Damn well worth it. It shouldn't even be a contest how worth it is. Okay? Like if there's like three 1 HP enemies in the middle of the river and they're coming right towards you, of course go fucking kill them and lose a wave, right? But not everything is that easy to figure out. A lot of it is just repetition and practice, 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 and then just learning from mistakes. Replay reviews are a great way. As you can see, you don't always have to have a coach. You can do this kind of thing yourself just by kind of looking at your gameplay. And of course, if you need anything else, you feel free to contact me. No problem. You have my info. All right. So I think that's pretty much it. I'll send this to you. And good luck in your next games, man.